Welcome to another episode of the Elevated Barbers Podcast. And today we're going to have a special guest that's going to give you some insights on how to get celebrity clientele.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, my name is Bradford Kelly, the owner of Another Level of Barbering, also known as the Business Minded Barber on Instagram. And I'm here with...
This is Delmar, aka The Prince, owner of Royal Luxe Grooming and co-host of the one and only Elevated Barbers Podcast. And today we have a special guest with us. He's right here locally in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I've been knowing him for quite some time. I've been following him on social media. He was one of the first people I started following on social media in the Baton Rouge area. And he has a lot of celebrity clientele, a lot of collegiate athletes that have come to his shop. He has some athletes that are in the NFL, NBA, and I don't want to stretch it out any further, but let's give a round of applause to my man TJ Malveaux, Draft Picks, Baton Rouge.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. No, we appreciate you taking out the time, and I know you got a pretty hectic schedule. You always traveling, and you got to tend to your celebrity clients, your collegiate clients. But man, so give us a little backstory on how Draft Picks came about, and then give us a little backstory and let our guests know about who TJ Malveaux is.
All right, TJ Malveaux from Morgan City, Louisiana, St. Mary Parish, to be exact. I've been barbering for some time now. I started out in the garage, kind of like everybody else did, cutting my little brother, cutting my friends, doing it through high school, stuff like that. But I never did, I never thought that this would be my career. It was always a hobby. I attended Grambling State University, graduated in 2001, worked for the state for a while. And, working for the state, I was going through some things as far as, my personal life, as far as, I was in a hectic marriage, and that paperwork with the state and the marriage and the kids, it just was just too much for me. And at the same time, I was barbering part-time. So, 2010, I just decided to just take it full time, and that's where I've been at ever since.
Okay. So 2010, that's when you went full time with it. Did you start Draft Picks in 2010, or were you working in another shop?
No, I moved to Baton Rouge in 2013. So I started at a shop in Baton Rouge for 4 years. And around 2016, I came up with the name Draft Picks, and we opened in 2017. Now, the Draft Picks name came from... So when I got here in 2013, I had a cousin, Kenny Hilliard, and I had a homeboy. His name was Vernon Norwood. Well, Vernon, he was running track, and Kenny was playing football. Mm-hmm. So Vernon, I used to cut Vernon hair a lot. I was his client before he attended college. I mean, he was my client before he attended college. So when he got the scholarship to LSU, and he found out that I was moving, he said, "Man, look, I'm gonna put you on." That was his exact words. He said, "I'm gonna put you on," and he know the type of grind, the type of. I always try to put myself in the right places and capitalize on the opportunities that always has given to me. So I first started out going to the dorm, not the dorm. He was living in an apartment with some teammates, track teammates, and I started with the track team first. And then once Kenny started coming, and then that's when the football team just took over. And it was just, and I was just trying my best to keep up. But that's how the Draft Picks name came up. Because these guys, these are not just they on the football team. No, these were like stars of the, like LSU. These guys are like the Saints out here in Baton Rouge. They,
right.
The fan
that is our pro team.
They're like a pro team. So they got a fan base, and it's crazy. So so I had this one guy. His name was Divine Gotchaw. He would always come to the shop, and this was before the Draft Picks name came about. He would always come in. He said, "Man, give me draft day fresh."
You said, "Give me draft day fresh."
Every time he would come in, "Give me draft day fresh." He'd sit in the chair, "Man, give me draft day fresh." So and he just kept saying it. Every time he just kept saying it. And then so after those 4 years at that shop I came in working at, me and my wife we were at home, and we were slowly thinking about opening up the shop, and we were thinking about a name. And I would always say draft day fresh, and then she came, she was like, "Draft Picks." And I was like, "Yeah, Draft Picks Barbershop." And I just stuck with it, and I was like, "Man, I like that." And then that was it. I just stuck with it.
And that name Draft Picks is so fitting for you. I remember one year you had a haircut that went viral. It was first seen on ESPN by Jamal Adams. Mm-hmm. And then people was like, "Who is Jamal Adams' barber?" And then you just started going viral, man. So give us a little, insight about that story.
So About that story, man. Jamal, now Draft Picks wasn't even open. I was still working for another shop, because if you look at the Draft Picks logo at the bottom, it says 2016.
Right.
We didn't open until 2017.
Okay.
Like July 2017. But that draft, the NFL draft was 2017 in April. So they hadn't heard about the Draft Picks Barbershop this whole time, because I put it in your ear all the time.
Yeah.
So he was on the red carpet. He was on the red carpet. It was on ESPN, NFL Network, and he's speaking to the commentators, and they found out that he and Tre'Davious White flew their barber from Baton Rouge to the draft. And he said, we flew TJ Malveaux from Draft Picks Barbershop. And I'm at the draft now, but I'm not hearing. I can't, because at this time they're on the red carpet and we're kind of walking up to our seats. So we can't watch this. We don't know what's going on. So my phone just started going off, man. Just like, man, he said your name. He said your name on TV. I said, who? Who said my name? He said, Jamal. He just said Draft Picks. And then I saw the replay, and then Twitter just was going crazy. Everybody was asking who his barber was and this and that.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I remember that, man. I was like, man, you always get people right, but I don't know, for whatever reason, Jamal haircut was on point that day. And it just stood out, and then like it had every right to go viral, bro. So kudos to you for that.
We are here with soon-to-be NFL cornerback Jamal Adams out of LSU. Oh, smile on the face. I love that. Looking so fresh on the red carpet with your family. Now, Nate, I do my homework when we have these red carpets, and I know for a fact, my sources tell me that you flew in your barber from Baton Rouge, and you got your hair done up with Tre'Davious White. Can you confirm?
I can confirm. We flew up, TJ Malveaux from Draft Picks back in Baton Rouge at LSU. He's been cutting us ever since freshman year. He always gets them all fade right. So I always have to have it, on point, on fleek.
Yeah. So when you first started going to the dorms and starting to spend time with the athletes, a lot of people have perceptions of athletes or celebrity clientele that it's too hard to get to. Like, man, you gotta whatever. You kind of happen to be in the right place at the right time with the right people. However, who you are as a person magnified more than just the fact that you could cut hair, right? So if you were to try to instruct some younger barber that wanted to follow your shoes, they wanted to get into the celebrity world some way, somehow, what are some character traits that you think that they should definitely have so that they could take advantage of an opportunity if they're ever presented one?
I would say first and foremost, just always remain humble and for the most part, give your, I would say, I don't even know how to put it. I'm honest, bro. I don't know what to say.
No, that's all good, because I just know I'm looking at, it's a lot of people that, like, from what I've known about you, yeah, you're popular, but it doesn't seem like you promote only the fact that you are a celebrity barber. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people that look up to celebrity barbers, that's all they post about. That's all they post about is like, oh, I cut this dude, I cut this dude, I cut this, but you don't operate like that. You post your haircuts, and
I post my haircut.
But it's a different spin on it. It's a different take on it, and like you said, it is a humility behind it, right? Yeah. So if you were talking to somebody that you saw had all this hunger, all this fire, and they'd be like, "Hey, TJ, man, like, how do I get to cut celebrities like you do?" Like, what would be one of the first things that you would tell them? Like,
it's not easy, for one thing, because these guys, they're not like your regular, like everyday client. The everyday client gonna come in during work hours most of the time. These guys are calling you at the spur of the moment, late at night, early in the morning, after you get like, hey man, I need to cut tonight. You got to work around that. I work all day. Yeah. I'm not knowing that he's gonna call me. Right. Yeah. So like, you have to really have a passion for first of all, you have to have a passion for barbering. Yeah. You have to have an extensive work ethic. You can't be that barber that's like, man, it's 6 o'clock. I'm done. I'm off. Yeah. Then, I mean, that athlete, he don't have, they'll show you real quick. They don't have time. They'll go to the next barber. You know what I mean? And I sacrificed a lot, man, to be in the position that I'm in. I worked a lot of times I didn't want to work. A lot of drives I didn't want to drive. A lot of flights I didn't want to fly. But I know it's, I'm still building my brand. I'm continuously building my brand, and I'm trying to, instill that hunger and that drive in the barbers that I have at the shop, because, you have some barbers that want to do that. Like you say, they want to do that, but they don't really understand that, the
sacrifice.
The sacrifice that you got to make to do that. If you have wife and kids, and, you have to, I give thanks to my wife too, because she's very patient. She's very understanding. And it's a lot of things that a lot of guys don't see that I do too. I'm at the daycare every morning and every evening when I can. And, I'm still a full-time father.
Yeah. So talk about being a full-time father. And I think you have 2 locations, right? Yeah. You have 2 locations. They both in Baton Rouge?
Yeah, they both in Baton Rouge.
Okay. Because the 3 of us are serial entrepreneurs, and, life be lifing, like they say these days. Life be lifing, man. So just kind of talk about the balance in that too, because I think something that some of the newer guys that are coming in, it's a grind when you first get into the game, right? Mm-hmm. But at some point you have to learn a balance once you start having other obligations and responsibilities. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, and like I said, was saying earlier, I remarried. I'm remarried. So I've started over. So my oldest daughter, she's in college from a previous marriage, and now my kids are my youngest he's going on 2 and 7. So I started all over again, bro. I'm 47 years old. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm 47. So a lot of my partners. Matter of fact, one of my partners looked at me the other day, bike class weekend. He said, man, I commend you, bro. You started over and you doing it again. All their kids, they in college and gone. But bro, it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice, man. And it's I have to, no matter, I don't feel like coming to work. If I don't feel like doing something, man, I got to keep that super dad face on, 24/7. You know what I mean? So, just for me to see them and look at them running around playing, and, I could be in another room in the house, man, and I could just hear them, brother and sister, going at it, talking, and my wife going at it with them, and stuff like that just motivate me to get back up and, man, just go to work, and because I want to see them smile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, that's real, man. Because, I'm married, Brad is married too. So, and it's, trying to find that balance. I'm still trying to find that balance, man. Sometimes, different seasons, we are busier. Mm-hmm. We stay pretty busy. We all have a built up clientele, but holiday seasons, people want that special cut for the holidays, and sometimes you gotta work a little bit longer. So it's good to have a good support system at home too that understands that. Yeah,
and sometimes I have him here, for a short period of time. But I if I got 1 or 2 more heads left, I go get him from daycare, come back, cut him, and then we'll wrap it up. But I like having him here. I like having him. I like to see him pick up the broom. He don't know what he's doing, but it's just like, dang, I got my son in here with me.
That's your 2-year-old or your 7-year-old?
It's my 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay.
He like to pick up the broom and just keep walking around with it. He don't know what he's doing, but it's fascinating for me, man.
Yeah, he getting that exposure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's also good to see someone, it's positive to see a positive African-American man taking care of their family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just being simple, being blunt with it, because, you got a lot of stereotypes out there, or just, perspectives of society. So hats off to you, man, just for being a real good man, for your wife, as well as for your children. Mm-hmm. So I do have a question, though. I wanted to probe your mind, and it's in the same vein, around like being able to balance between, being a full-time father, and then also being a business owner. And you have to oversee barbers in multiple locations. You're managing all kind of different things all at the same time. How do you focus your time so that you can be of value to everybody? Is it like a strategic way that you go about it? Do you think it through? through, say, okay, so this is how I'm gonna help my barbers. This is how I'm gonna make sure I spend time with my children. This is make sure I spend quality time with my wife. Do you schedule it, or is it kind of you just kind of freelance it? How do you do it?
What I do, man, I freelance it all, man. I'm the type of person. I think I do a lot of thinking at night. Yeah, you know. But everything is freelance. I spend a lot of time. I make sure when I'm not traveling, I try to make sure that the weekends I am home. I spend it with my kids, my wife and my kids. We go back home from where I'm from, where we're from. We spend time with family. You know, my daughter's in cheer. I take her to cheer. I have to take her today. With the fundraising stuff. I mean, I'm involved with the fundraising and all of that. And as far as the barbershop, what I did initially, I would spend time at both locations. So Tuesdays I would be at one location, and then the rest of the week I would be at another location. But I found myself, I'm just taking up a spot. So what I did was I made one of the barbers a manager. So we kind of came together and came to an agreement, and that's probably been going on probably about 4 months now. So it's still fresh, it's still new, and I'm just we just figuring it out, man. I'm just trying to, because I can't really, and I do talk to my guys, through text. I text some individually, group text, motivational things from time to time. I send them, and I always, and my line is always open for them. So they can always reach out to me. I try to be hands on, man, but it's tough.
Yeah. You got a lot to put your hands on.
Yeah,
that's a lot to deal with and to manage. But like Delmar said, in life, it's almost like a song to a certain degree. Like there's going to be a rhythm to your life, and you have to be able to understand the rhythm of life at that time, because some things for your children may become more demanding. So you might have to take more time away from work for whatever, right? Or a health situation can cause your life to turn into a different rhythm. Or, like you said, like a celebrity may hit you up, and your rhythm has to adjust so that you can accommodate for whatever. So just understanding life has a rhythm to it. And once you get a good rhythm, then you can kind of move at a pace that's comfortable for growth at all times. But if it's always sporadic, everything is sporadic, then you won't ever be able to get into like a good rhythm. And therefore things get dropped off. Somebody's offbeat, like you missed something, you forgot something or whatever. But I like what you said about just making sure that although you're freelancing it to a certain degree, you still understand that you're bringing everything into its proper perspective so that you can give everything its proper amount of time. That's real cool.
Yeah. And one thing I noticed about TJ, man, like, from our personal encounters, like we haven't bumped into each other a lot, but the times I've reached out to him or the times we've seen each other in public, TJ is a humble guy. And if I'm a person who wants to be mentored and I want to find a good shop to work at, I would want to work for a TJ. I would want to work for a Joe, the real estate barber, or Brad. And then TJ, he's also, posting not just himself, but he also posts his barbers that he has in the shop. Just like he's elevating his team with him too. And I love that about TJ.
Yeah, that's tight.
I try to, if someone like join the team, man, and I see that they want it and they're really passionate and they're hungry, man, I dish my own clients. I'm talking about athletes, everything. Because, man, with barbers, it's too much. Like when you gain like so much clientele, you can't cut them all. You know what I mean? And hey, I got barbers right now flying out. You know what I mean? And I mean, I love to see it. You know what I mean? I love to see it.
Yeah, because that's good praise for you too, because, with you not being selfish like that, even if your other barbers decide one day, hey, I want to go get my shop, they still came under the Draft Picks, the TJ Malveaux umbrella. So everything that they've learned business wise and how to, talk to clientele, they learned that from you. So that's still, kudos to you too.
Thank you.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you pay attention to when it comes to hiring new barbers? What do you pay attention to? Because I know you said that you value having a work ethic within yourself, and that's what kind of put you on and allowed you to, take advantage of the doors that were open to you. But when you're sitting down and somebody say, hey man, can I come work at Draft Picks or whatever? Like, what do you pay attention to know if they will be a good fit or if they're even worth trying?
Man, I first and foremost, I pay attention to your appearance. I pay attention to, the way you carry yourself. I pay attention to your IG. I ask for your IG. I actually sit down I talk with you. I don't just I don't just hire. You know what I mean? I sit down, I talk, I kind of gauge and see where they are. I see the language that they're using to me. I try to pick up on a lot of things, man. And a lot of guys, I don't hire everybody that comes through. You know what I mean? But I try to hire the guys that's passionate, that I know that's hungry. And all of, some people sell themselves well as well, but you know what I mean? But I just overall try to look for that passion, man, that hunger, and that someone who wants. I actually want people who want their own shop. You know what I mean? Because I know they're gonna give a different type of, a different type of grind, a different type of hustle, because they're gonna try to come in and learn as much as they can learn. You know what I mean? I always tell barbers too, like I don't want your booth rent. I don't want that. I'm not worried about. I want you to be the work. I want you to be in here building your clientele. Because if you build your clientele, that's building the shop. You know what I mean? You build your clientele up to where it needs to be. Then when these walk-ins come in, you can just pass it to the next guy. You know what I mean? And then it's just a chain reaction. You know what
everybody
I mean?
eat.
Yeah, everybody eat. Everybody eat.
So you do booth rent or you do commission?
No, I do booth rent.
Oh, you do booth rent.
Yeah, I do booth rent. Because I came from booth rent, I don't know much about commission. I've been hearing more about it lately. But right now it's booth rent.
Yeah, it's funny, man. That conversation been coming up on IG a lot recently.
Yeah,
because and you're just being honest. Just be honest, man. Like, booth rent is better for the barber than it is for the business.
Correct.
Commission is better for the business than it is for the barber, unless the barber is slow. You know what I mean? Like, if the barber is slow, commission works in your favor because you don't have to come up with the money that you ain't making.
Yeah.
But once you start making that money, you like, hey man, let's switch this. Let's switch this commission.
Like Lee Drive, the shop near campus.
Yeah.
They need to be on commission.
It's a lot of traffic, huh?
Oh, it don't make no sense. Like, we got 10 barbers over there. It still ain't enough. It's so many people coming through that barbershop. It's ridiculous, man. And
that's a high traffic area too, because of being so close to LSU. And then Lee is like one of the main highways in Baton Rouge. You're surrounded by a lot of restaurants. You have Tropical Smoothie right next to you. I pass there all the time, so I know what's around there. So it's a lot of other businesses around there that's bringing traffic to you too.
And they steady building. That's what's crazy. They about to put a Surge there, a gaming that some Drew Brees thing they about to put there where that Winn-Dixie was.
Yeah. That's right next to our mom's, the burger restaurant. I just seen that this weekend.
Yeah. For all of y'all that don't live in Baton Rouge, we all just looking at them talk right now.
Well, everybody should know who Drew Brees is.
Yeah. I know who that is. I didn't know he was coming out with nothing. But I think that's key what you did mention, though, like all of those different facilities that's around your barbershop, it brings value and it brings foot traffic to you. So that's a big deal when you're like a new barber, up and coming barber, and you're trying to grow and you're trying to build your clientele. You're going to want to try and get into a facility that has good walk by traffic, because you're not going to build fast off of appointments only. It's just not going to work like that. So you have to get into a barbershop, or be in position to have a lot of walk by traffic so you can attract walk-ins, so that you can build your clientele quick. And then once you build your clientele quick, then you can go towards appointment only if you want to, but you got to build into it.
Yeah. TJ, I got a quick question for you, man. So I know a while ago you was talking about putting a third location close to my hometown, near Thibodaux. Is that still in the works, or you just kind of shut it down for right now?
No, the Thibodaux one was why did I say Thibodaux? At first it was because of Nichols. Yeah, it was because of Nichols.
Right.
But
so let me break it down. So those of you who are listening, Nichols is another Louisiana university. Now it's all good. Nichols is another Louisiana university. See, this is what happens when you have two Louisiana bound people. We start talking and we forget that everybody else ain't from Louisiana. So it's all good.
Y'all was FaceTiming pretty much.
Thibodeau is out of the question as of right now. I have been thinking about, things come to your mind like that. But I've thought of Homer. I thought of Lafayette has really been on my mind. I don't think I want another one in Baton Rouge, but I think that Lafayette, if I did anything else, maybe Lafayette.
Okay. And that would be close to Lafayette, Louisiana?
Yeah, it'd be University of Lafayette.
So that's ULL for everybody who don't know. University of Louisiana Lafayette.
Raging
Cajuns. Okay.
So when you think about your brand Draft Picks and you think about opening new locations, are you focused on college towns? Like, do you focus on that?
No, yes, that's the key. That's the goal. You got to think those colleges aren't going anywhere. They just recycling kids are coming through.
Yeah,
they just coming through. No matter, like, they've been there before. A lot of you're talking about 1905, 19. You know what I mean? These schools been there forever. You know what I mean? And they just getting larger and larger and larger. And they build an apartment complex for all these kids to come by and come live, come stay. So it's like, that's just, those apartment complexes, in my opinion, that's opportunity for more kids to move out and the university to have more kids on campus. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, which is, in turn, it's just building a bigger pool. I mean, but yeah, I focus on college town.
Okay. Now, do you focus on price point? Like, do you have like a price point that you try to stay within? Do you tell your barbers, like, try not to go over this certain amount? You dealing with college students right now? Or is it that same kind of push that's in the industry right now where everybody push and try and get to $100 a haircut, no matter where you located, all that kind of stuff? What's your business mind on that? How do you see that?
I try not to, I do give them insight on like what I think they should charge. But again, they don't have to listen to what I say, but it'd be beneficial for them to listen, because you don't want to run away a client. You may want to charge a client this price, and then the barber next to you is $5 or $6 cheaper than you, and they go sit in his chair. Then you find yourself dropping your prices. But I try to give them great advice. You know what I mean? I can remember when I came to town in 2013, I was charging all athletes $15, and they were driving.
15?
You said 15 as in 1.5?
$15. I was charging them $15.
Oh, they college students though. Okay, when you say athlete, I'm thinking any athlete, but you talking about college students.
Athlete. Yeah, I was charging them $15, and I oversaturated. That also, which what would help me build that base, that clientele base that I had, because I was like 20-25 minutes away from campus.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? And they were driving way over there.
Yeah. So they was getting, you had fresh cuts, but you also was within their price point.
And you know what else I was doing? I was going there. I would cut them. Like, if I would go to the dome or something, I'd cut them for the same price.
Wow. So you travel to them and charge them shop price.
Yeah. And you got people that are gonna charge them travel fees, this and that. But if I got six guys, I mean, I'm good. I don't really need no gas. I'm in Baton Rouge. You know what I mean? Right. And then what happened was, once the players started, once I attracted the players, then the coaches started coming. Yeah. So it's like I'm in the coaches' locker room cutting the coaches. So it's like, and then like when, bro, it's a crazy cycle, because the recruits will come in, and like the recruits will come to get a haircut
from high school.
Yeah, like it was insane.
Yeah. So not only did you do them a favor per se, but you also gained the experience and you got exposure for doing that too. Because now you start with one collegiate athlete, then they go to two, they telling their friends, and then now you're getting the coaches, and then you starting to get the recruits. So it's part of how you built your brand.
Yeah, it's part of how I built my brand. And then you got to realize too, the thing with coaching, it's a high turnover rate. So you might get a coach that's there, he might come back, or you might get a coach. Like, it's crazy ways that I built this networking system that I have, because you might have a coach he might be at Oregon, or he might be at Baylor, and Baylor might come play in the Sugar Bowl, and they right in town. Hey, TJ, hey man, I'm in town. Or for instance, you might have an LSU guy they come and play the Saints,
Right.
and they'll call me to come down there to cut. Then, they'll tell their teammates. And then, I mean, it's just, and I capitalize on every opportunity, every moment.
Yeah.
So if I'm in Seattle, cutting a player, and I know they playing another team, or they might be playing the Saints, I'm going to the Saints hotel as well while I'm in Seattle, because they know that I'm there, and they calling my phone. So I'll be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're also a Nike barber too, right?
No, I'm not a Nike barber, no.
Okay. I don't know why I thought you was a Nike barber.
Well, Jamal Adams is a Jordan athlete.
Okay.
And this is where some of this stuff come from, but he had a Jordan photo shoot. I don't know if you had saw that. I don't know if that's why, but they'll fly me into the Jordan shoot or Walmart shoot, any kind of shoot that he had, I'll be there.
Nice. Man, I like that, man. I love that for you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
He said that real. He meant that.
Yeah, man.
I like that, man.
Nah, man, look.
He want him some gear, man.
So look, they surprised me one time. So we were in Portland, and it was a Nike shoot. It was a Jordan shoot, and it was several athletes. It was remember Devin White.
Mm-hmm.
Devin's a Jordan athlete. It was Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis, yeah.
It was Jarvis.
I'm cool with Jarvis.
And it was all right. You cut his hair before. I remember you used your client. I used to cut his hair.
I cut his hair once, but Trey was always cutting him.
Okay. And it was another Debo Samuel. So they all had this photo shoot in Portland, Oregon. So Jamal flew us down for a couple of days, and he was like, "Hey, man, Jordan giving y'all this $500 check, stipend or whatever. Y'all can go shop at the Nike store. Nike Portland is home of Nike.
Right.
So we went to we was on campus or whatever, and at the store, after you spend that $500, everything else is 40% off.
Oh wow.
What? So yes, the whole store. Now, when I tell you they have stuff that's not in the regular Nike store.
Yeah. Right.
So, man,
right.
I would get out, man. Look, I ended up shipping stuff home because I had so much stuff. Yeah, I shipped it home. Man. Yeah, so, I got my daughter, my wife. I got them all some stuff. But, it's a lot of perks, man. And, I love it, too. That's why I keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I ain't knocking you for that, bro. Now, you are sponsored, or you have something with Wall?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a Wall ambassador. And the ambassador, that Wall ambassador program, it started last year. I was on the first round, and now they're on the second round. They do it from year to year. So surprisingly, I made the second round. So what Wall like to do is they like to pull their educators from the ambassador team.
Okay.
And I'm not an educator yet because I don't do much educating. I'm not in the front of the camera much or speaking, saying what I'm doing, demonstrating haircuts and nothing like that. But yeah, I am a Wall ambassador. And with that, they would kind of pick people from different parts of the country, and we basically represent Wall, represent the tools that they send us. We have Zoom calls, Zoom meetings. Sometimes they'll ask us, what product. They'll give us like a choice of 4, products we want to choose from to market. They have these ambassador boxes. It's a cool little deal that they're doing.
Yeah, I see.
Go ahead, Brett.
No, I was just about to say I see a lot of people that represent whatever brand that they're with, and they always get these like care packages. I'd be like, man, what?
Yeah.
It's love, right? It's some love.
How did you even get plugged up with Wall? Like,
man,
how did that happen?
Wall started DMing me. They started DMing me first. They was like, hey, you would be a great addition to our educational team. And this was some years ago. And they'll be like, submit this video to this. It was something that they did, but I didn't do it. And they did it again. They said it again. And I come to find out it was the same guy, who I've met now. It was him sending the messages or whatever.
Yeah.
And, his job is strictly marketing and social media. He runs a social media account. He sees everything, and I'm a Wall guy from day one though. Like I love Wall. Like, before they even, chose me, I'm a Wall guy. So I just love the ergonomics, just the way, that's just what I'm used to. You know what I mean? And, and I try my best to represent them, the best way that I can, and they support me as well with the different bowl games that we attend. They supply us with, the clippers and the trimmers and the capes whenever we go and cut these different teams for these bowl games and stuff. So, shout out to Wall.
They're going to do what they got to do to get their brand out there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you at the game, they're going to be like, here's a cape. Clippers, you want a box? You got to.
Uh-huh.
So do you get paid from Wall too, or is your payment receiving like the free tools?
Well, the payment at first is the tools,
Okay.
but I don't know if you see me marketing the 10% off. I've been marketing a lot of 10% off. So for those of you, like we just had a sale.
That's right.
That's
Had a
right.
Black Friday sale, but it was 25% off, and it was an extra 10 with my discount code. So I do have a discount code. 10% off, you get $35. Anything over $35 is free shipping. So, my discount code is TMALVEAUX 10. That's T Malveaux 10. And it's only available at wallpro.com.
That's right.
Yeah.
Plug it in. Man, I wish I would have known that, man, because I just I should have hit you up, but I did just buy their newest, the newest trimmer that just came out. I forgot the name of it.
High-vis.
Yeah, I bought those because of you. I seen you using them on the video.
And you didn't use the discount code?
I should hit you up, man.
Disrespectful.
I should have hit you up, bro. But don't worry, I got to spend some money next year because of taxes, so I'm gonna buy another pair and use your discount code.
Hopefully, I'm still with Wall, though. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I'm still with Wall. But yeah, but I do get paid from that discount. So
Okay.
So yeah, they do send checks.
Yeah.
People buy. You know what I noticed too? I got a lot of influence that outside of Louisiana. Like, when they send me something, how much product that I was selling from my discount code.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dang, that's crazy. I didn't know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because they got all the analytics and all that stuff. They'll show you stuff.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty dope, man.
Yeah, but that's one thing that we all have to get more into is learning how to create some passive income, some forms of passive income, man. So is that your main source of passive income, or do you have other opportunities that you're able to use at your disposal as well?
Right now, that's it. I do other things like, I have like parties. I do parties back at home. I've been doing that before I moved to Baton Rouge, but I kind of slowed down on that because I'm not at home as much, and I don't have the barbershop at home, so I don't have the crowd like I used to have.
Yeah.
And, but there's other things that I want to get into. But I'm a type of person. I guess I'm afraid. You know what I mean?
You letting fear hold you back?
Yeah, and I got to get away from that. But I'm almost to the point to where I'm just about to step out on faith. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but for years I've been, I've been holding myself back.
So
Man,
what
look,
is it that you actually want to do that fear is kind of holding you back from doing, but you want to do it?
Real estate.
Oh, he trying to be up there with Joe.
Yeah. See, I'm not trying to be a contractor or nothing. I'm not trying to sell houses or nothing like that. I don't know if I want to be here in Baton Rouge or buy property back at home, my hometown, and just purchase land, purchase stuff. You know what I mean? And just, rent out, flip. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I don't want to be contractor or nothing like that. I don't want to be an agent or nothing like that either.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanna
You want to flip houses?
Yeah, I want to build some wealth. I want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to have stuff I can pass down to my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I would never know that you were afraid to step out and do stuff just looking at your Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, because, man, a lot of people don't understand, man, cutting celebrities and cutting athletes, man, it's not easy.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Like, you have to move around with them. Like,
At their pace.
You have to move around their pace. They taking phone calls while you cutting them. They constantly on the phone, checking emails. So it's not easy at all, bro. So yeah, I would have never guessed.
I'm gonna tell you though, what I do that a lot of people don't realize. Like, now that I've built my name up, and so what I do, like, before I would have to have a client that was going to the draft, but now I don't even wait. Like, if I know a draft is going on, I'm booking my flight, I'm booking my thing, and I'm gonna be there. Like, so I done built confidence in myself. Be like, oh, I'm gonna cut somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna cut somebody. I know how to get indoors now. You know what I mean? I don't need the athlete all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and to be funny, I booked Detroit this morning because the draft is in Detroit. Yeah, so I'm gonna be in Detroit at the draft. But you know,
do you have any clients from LSU that's currently on the football team that's going to the draft?
I do, but I don't know if he's going. You know, a lot of them they may not attend the draft.
Right,
so
right.
His name is up there.
Right.
As you know, in the top 15, but also another one of the barbers, he has a client that's in the draft too. He's in the top 10. So
okay.
I don't know if he's going, but I'm pretty sure he's going to the Heisman this weekend in New York.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, but he's not my client. He's one of the other barber clients. So I think my barber is going with him.
Nice.
To the Heisman. And that's gonna be his first flight out.
Wow. Nice. So now he's getting that exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You almost like the Bill Belichick of barbers, man. Like you just got people coming from your tree.
Man, let me tell you, it's almost like I got a school. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like I got a lot of apprentices, and I do have licensed barbers, but it's like the apprenticeship program, they allow me to have 4 now because like the limit was 3. So it's like I'm bringing in so many barbers and I'm getting so many barbers licensed that they called me last week and they said, look, you know, we're gonna allow you to have 4 now. Like I can have up to 4 apprentices now.
Wow.
So you know, man, I'm just trying to you know, trying to do what I can do, man.
Yeah,
man, you got it, man.
Yeah, you doing it.
You got it. You are doing it.
Well, I got one more question for you. I know Delmar, he probably got 4 more questions for you. I've been bonding. But so I have a question that I've been asking everybody. Delmar already know what this question about to be. But no, it ain't gotta have no hands on the face. But all right, so TJ, how important is it for you when it comes to booking appointments? Like how important is that? Are you a big walk-in person? You don't want people scheduling appointments? Are you about, like, I do ask that you respect my time so I can respect your time? You know, please book an appointment. Which way are you on?
I'm an appointment guy. Like I'm an appointment guy. You know
okay.
What I mean? I'm me personally, I'm an appointment guy. Now, before I moved to Baton Rouge, no, I wasn't like that. Like we would go to the shop and it's 50 on a Saturday, it's 15 people sitting outside.
Yeah.
On the list. I don't never want to do that ever again in life.
Yeah.
I am strictly appointment.
Yeah. All right. So since you strictly appointments, what are some pros about the booking platform that you use? You don't have to give the name of the booking platform, but what are some things that you actually really like? And then what are some things that you wish was a little bit better or something that you would kind of change about it?
I like the fact that, now I'm speaking generally as a shop.
Okay.
I like the fact that I can see which barbers have openings. So if I answer the shop phone, can you hear me?
Yeah.
If I answer the shop phone and say I'm the only one in the shop, I can look at my booking app and I can put that person with somebody. If they're trying to come in within the next 2 hours, I could find a barber on my booking and I could book that appointment for him. And the barber is going to get the notification. That's what I love about it, because at the same time, I'm trying to build a shop.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build my brand. So I do require the barbers to be, all the barbers are on that particular booking app.
Yeah.
So to be an employee of Draft Picks, you have to be on that booking app. Gotcha. And I can toggle from one shop to the next. So we don't have no bookings here, I can toggle to the other shop and put them with a barber over there.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So that's what I like about, that's the one thing that I do like about it. One thing that I wish I had, let me see. The system do a lot, man. So, I mean, it's hard to kind of pick a bad thing about it. Probably, I don't know, something about the money, showing, like, I guess being more specific about like the sales, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the reporting.
Like the analytics.
Yeah.
Well, it does great analytics, but I can't really pinpoint what I want to say, because
it's almost like the way it looks.
Yeah. It's like I can see what I made, but I can't really put it all together. But it's a great system overall. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You trying to see like what's your highest selling service? Is that what you talking about?
No, it shows all of that.
It shows that.
It shows the year to date from all the money that came through all the barbers, because it's a shop system, so it's not like an individual. So, and it's something that I pay for too. I'm not trying to sell my shop, but but I'm like, you know, you get free booking out when you come work here.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But that's big though. But I think what he's saying, D, has a lot to do with almost the way that the information speaks to you, because you can read reports right? You look at the reports and you see the numbers, but it don't really make sense all the way. Like you see it, but unless you're a real numbers guy, it doesn't make you be like, ooh. Yeah. But for people like myself, maybe like you, TJ, you might be able to see the number, but it's almost like, how do I use this information? And it doesn't tell you how to do that. And so because it don't tell you how to do that, it's just like, all right, like it got some numbers.
And you know another thing?
What's up?
I'm able to sell products on it, but like it doesn't show, like when the money is deposited, it doesn't show that it was product sales. You know, so because it
doesn't separate,
right? You know,
it doesn't itemize it.
Yeah, it doesn't itemize it. I just look at my account and it says who like the company, you know, it's been a deposit.
Yeah.
You know, but that's also coming along with what I've done for the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like you got to think. So if I'm selling products at the other shop and I'm selling products at this shop and my hair, you know, that money, all that's going in. So I have to really break it down myself.
Yeah.
You know? And a lot of times I don't even care to look at it.
Yeah. You're talking about the specific way that it communicates to you in the deposit. Like it'll just say, correct, TJ, we deposited $3,000 today or something like that. But that's a combination of the product sales. That's a combination of haircuts, all kind of stuff that has happened. But you wish like it would deposit, when it shows the deposit, it would say, this is from products. This is from services.
Correct.
This is from tips. That's one thing that I would prefer differently is that they clearly show you the difference between tips and the amount that you make, you know, from your services.
Nah, I always do.
Yours does?
Yeah, it does.
That's good. That's
good.
The
tips. Yeah, it does show the tips.
Yeah, for me, I got to click a few buttons for me to see how many tips I have. Like it's like versus
it'll tally them all up together. Like it'll tally them up together at the end of the day, but it also show the breakdown of each like one who gave you a tip.
Yeah, I want to see all my tips and my services income, like in two separate things. Like don't mix it. I want to see.
And you got a shop system or you got a individual?
I have a shop system as an individual. So the platform that I have has the ability to do what shops can do, but it's just me. You see what I'm saying?
I got it.
Yeah. So if I had inventory, I could log all that stuff in there. If I had multiple barbershops, I could be on this platform that I have and I could do everything that you're talking about. We're probably on the same one.
That's what I'm thinking about, right? While you talking, I'm like, we're probably on the same one.
Yeah, we probably
like, there's a lot of stuff I'm learning too. I'm still learning. I've been with them since the pandemic, but that's when I switched. But
yeah,
I'm still learning, man. And it's like I'm going so much that I don't even take time to learn the email blasting thing. Like, you know, I need to do that. Like I don't even do it. I don't even use it.
Yeah. It's in my opinion, like I think some of the communication definitely needs to be improved with mine. Just like being simpler, you know what I mean? Like it's not simple. It don't feel easy. It feels like, okay, like you feel like you got to go and learn it. Like, okay, let me learn how to do this email thing. Yeah. And it should just be like, let me send some messages. So yeah, it's interesting, but I have a passion for understanding people's plights when it comes to booking platforms, because I feel like it's an area in the industry that we as barbers are getting capitalized on. And we're not taking full advantage of what we have, you know what I'm saying? Like who we are, but they'll, you know, the booking platforms will come and they'll ask you to either be a rep for them or they'll, you know, ask you to be a subscriber of their product, but then they're shopping you and 15 other barbers in your area to the same people, you know, and it's like creating a competition that shouldn't be in the mind of the clientele if you're the person that they came to see in the first place.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's in my mind, like there's a better way. We just have to figure out how to do it so that the barbers win. Or the beauty professionals too, because I don't feel like the companies truly are looking after like protecting the professionals.
No.
It's almost like they shop the professionals to the customers, but we are paying them. The customers don't pay the software directly. We pay the software directly.
No,
and then on top of that, the customers may get charged for being with us. You know what I mean? Like they'll do like a booking fee or something.
That's
like
what I was about to say. So they win in a lot of ways.
They win in a lot of ways, and they know it, and we're not in the position to say nothing because in our minds sometimes we feel like we need them. Like, we need them to. It's like, well, I mean, they're not doing too much more than what a Google Calendar can do. You know, but at the same point in time, there are some pros. There's a lot of pros to booking platforms, but I think there's an opening for better use cases. I think
that's what you working on, right?
We doing some things over here. So, but I like getting insight, man, because when you focus on trying to solve problems, you really got to understand the problem. You know, you got to understand it. And sometimes what I've noticed in different conversations is there's certain things that I have in my mind that I wish were different about my booking platform, that even when I ask other barbers and different things, they don't see it as a pain point yet, but it is. Like they'll talk about it in a different way, like, oh yeah, you know, but it's not that big of a deal. But if it got fixed, it would change the game for them. And so it's you have to, but it's like that's the difference between some people that are like innovators. They'll see the problem more than other people will, and then when they come up with a solution, people be like, man, I've been wanting something like this, but nobody said nothing. You know what I mean?
Right. And this has been a great episode, man. TJ, again, appreciate you taking time out your schedule to, you know, meet with us and be on our platform. I really enjoyed this episode, man. I learned more about you. Definitely learned more about you, man.
Thank y'all for having me too.
Yes,
absolutely.
sir.
Yeah, I like what y'all doing, man. Y'all, you know, keep doing it, man. I like that.
Yes, sir. We just trying to bring some positivity to the barber industry.
Yeah.
We definitely need it.
Yeah, definitely.
We elevated barbers, man. We not the only elevated barbers. We trying to elevate all the barbers, and we elevate barbers like yourself that are also elevating other barbers. So what you're doing is nothing but just a promotion of what we're trying to help elevate and put in the minds of people anyway. So thank you again, man, for spending some time with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
This has been another great episode of the Elevated Barbers Podcast. This is the Prince, along with my co-host,
Brad, the business-minded barber, and we are out.
Peace.